Welcome to the Insomnia Project. Sit back, relax, and listen as we have a conversation about the mundane. Thank you for joining us. I'm your host, Marco Timpano, and today is International Podcast Day. And the reason I bring it up is because A, I'm a podcaster, and B, you're listening to a podcast, and it's a little celebration, if you will. I've been podcasting for about 5 years now, and it's always a humbling endeavor as I tried to get today's episode up. And as I was doing it, it crashed. And I realized, well, I have it saved somewhere else. It's just going to take me a little bit longer. So my apologies. I had to dig and fix and work on it. And it's actually the second part of a episode you may have listened to last week with our favorite guest, Nidhi. And we start by talking about podcasts. But before we do that, I just want to say thank you for listening to this podcast. Thank you for sharing this podcast with your friends and people who find it calming and helpful and useful, and all the kind letters and emails and 5-star reviews you've given me over the years. I want to thank you for that. It's provided me with a community that I didn't know was out there, of kind people, of lovely people, of people who have good hearts. And I'm sure you're one of those people listening. So I wish you well. I wish you sleep. And I hope you enjoy this episode. And no matter what, happy International Podcast Day. And I hope you have plenty in your library that you enjoy listening to. I start the second part of this interview by asking Nidhi about podcasts she's listening to. So let's have a listen. We never talk about other podcasts. What podcasts are you really into? Let's do a back and forth. Pitch me the podcasts you're listening to, and I'll pitch you some of the ones that I'm listening to.
Okay. So my go-tos, The Daily, the New York Times, The Daily.
Okay.
Just for your 20 minutes of like, this is some information about what's going on in the world, but kind of dissected a little bit more than you would have on regular radio. Another classic for me is my favorite murder.
You got me into that one for sure.
I enjoy that.
Supposedly, and I don't know if this is true because I've listened to many episodes, but someone said that they may have mentioned the Insomnia Project on. Yeah,
What?
that's what. I don't know if it's true because I feel like one of us would know that.
Yeah,
right?
I would have heard that, I'm sure.
Yeah, so would
Maybe we
I.
need to write them.
It's so funny. My friend knows Georgia in a roundabout way in LA. Yeah, and she says she's so lovely. She's like, she's the most loveliest person. And she seems it, right?
Very real, they seem.
Very real. I love what they do, with their fans, and I love how much respect they have for their fans and just everyone's well-being. That I really sort of strikes a chord in my heart. But we're both fans, and I'm a fan of that podcast because of you. Let me tell you a couple of podcasts I'm listening to. Let's go back and forth.
Okay, perfect. Because I have a couple of others that I really want to talk about.
Okay, so I just discovered this one that is just on air now. It's called Bunga Bunga.
Oh.
And it's about Silvio Berlusconi's rise to power. But what I love about it is the host is Whitney Cummings, who you don't think would necessarily be the person you'd want to host a political serial podcast. But she's perfect. And it's very funny as well as being informative. I think you'd get a kick out of it? Yeah, I think so.
Another good one that I've just come onto is Radio Rental.
Oh, I don't know that one.
Oh, so it's like Rainn Wilson from The Office. He has this character that he does who is this like video store owner. And his name is, oh my gosh, what's his name?
His character's name,
right?
His
character's name is, anyways, I forgot what his character's name is.
No worries.
Really, like, really good, funny, but like, he basically narrates these real life stories that were found on Reddit, and they're all kind of like got like a supernatural kind of weird element, or like something where it's like the person was almost kidnapped. Like there's a weird story that someone's like kind of like an eerie story. There's something kind of thriller-esque about what they're saying, and it's the real person's story who's narrating it, and
Oh,
then he
okay.
interdisperses. So that's a pretty cool one.
That is cool. Have you heard of Dolly Parton's America?
Yes, I listened to that one because of you.
Yeah, I
So
loved it
good.
so much. I'm a huge fan of Dolly Parton, but whether you are or are not, it's a great podcast.
Yep. Still processing,
Oh, what's
also from the
that?
New York Times. So it's sort of the two culture writers, these two culture writers from the New York Times,
Mhm.
who really look at sort of, I guess, how would you describe it? Sort of cultural trends of the day through the lens of the Black experience in
Oh,
America.
cool.
And they kind of dissect that a bit more. And so I really enjoyed that one.
Perfect. And it would be something for everyone to listen to.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're really going to see our different tastes because Nidhi's are all very highbrow. Mine are not New York Times, but I stumbled onto this from listening to another podcast. So it's
Tell
not
me.
a podcast I would ever really seek or listen to if I just stumbled onto it myself, but it's called Inside the Groove.
Oh.
And what it is this gentleman from the UK he's a big fan of Madonna's, and he takes a Madonna song and he dives into the song in a very studious kind of way. So he's like, let's listen to the track. And he'll take the audio track or the drum track
Hmm.
of that particular song and he'll explain the complexities of it. So whether you're a fan of the singer Madonna or not, is not really what I get out of the podcast. It's just like fascinating to hear about the impact of that
So
song, the
cool.
influences, and how he picks it apart, and to hear her vocals without any music behind it. It's really,
Wow.
I'm
It's
surprised how
very
much I
cool.
love it. Yeah.
Okay, what else do I have on mine? I have okay, I'm gonna try and find something not so highbrow.
No, no, whatever you throw us highbrow, I will throw you something a little bit lower
Okay,
brow. So
perfect.
don't you
I
worry.
mean, Unlocking Us, the Brené Brown
Oh,
podcast,
yes. Oh, that's great.
like that one. What do you got?
When I say great, I mean it's an important podcast. So thank you for spotlighting that one. Um, I need to look at mine. Nidhi's is looking at hers. I'm looking at mine. A friend of mine, we've actually had her on the podcast, does a podcast called Tarot for a Troubled Time.
Oh,
So
yeah.
she every Monday she'll flip some tarot cards to deal with that week's injustices or anything that's happened that's
Nice.
been troubling. She'll sort of draw tarot cards to sort of reflect on them, and it's like I really like this interesting mashup of these two elements to her
Yeah.
podcast. So I find it fascinating. Yeah.
Um, well, Marco, I think we saw this particular host in person. I had been there with some friends, and you were there, I think, with some friends at the Hot Docs Podcast Festival.
By
But
the
this,
way, Nidhi got me free tickets to that. I'm just gonna thank you for that
yeah,
on air. Yeah, you did. Remember you connected me with
probably back in the day when people were like, "Come to this thing." Um,
Nidhi. Just for our listeners to know, Nidhi's my hookup for a lot of stuff. So it's often like, Nidhi, do you know anybody who has? Oh, by the way, if you want to see the Van Gogh exhibit, let me know because I'll
oh
hook you
yeah, I
with
would
that.
like that.
Okay, yeah, okay,
Okay,
let me
perfect.
know.
Okay, great. Done. We'll talk. Um, what's his name? Who did Reveal? Um,
Oh yes,
Al
yes.
Al what Al Lester? Al Leston? No, what's his name? Hold
Oh,
on.
this is
Al
terrible.
Leston.
Yeah,
Al
okay.
Leston. Yeah. Um, so Marco and I saw him. Was he reading from a book? I can't remember. He took us through one of his episodes, or sort of how he framed it, or
Yeah,
whatever. Um, and that was really good.
yeah. You turned me on to The Secret Life of Canada,
Oh
which is
yeah,
a great podcast, and
of
it's so
course
well done. It's so well done.
it
Um,
is. They're amazing.
yeah, they are it's truly an important and
Yeah,
lovely podcast to listen to. I will
yeah.
say that.
I would.
Um, you also turned me onto Somebody Knows Something.
Oh yeah, it's a
That's
good
great,
one.
so
What
great.
was the one? So there was one. Oh my gosh, I forgot what it was called, but it was before, not Atlanta Monster, but the same.
Oh yes, yes,
Um,
yeah. I know what you're saying. Yeah,
what, what
um,
was, what did he,
yeah.
mm,
Atlanta. Oh, what was it called?
hold on,
Was it
I'm
was it
looking at it
called
right now.
Atlanta Monster? There's one called
Up and
Atlanta.
Vanished. Up and
Oh,
Vanished.
okay.
That's the one. That's the one that was really good and really got me hooked on some of these. Yeah, actually, that was really good.
Have you listened to any podcast? Like, okay, do you remember the first podcast you listened to? Because mine was
Yes, it
Missy.
was called the Insomnia Project.
Oh, was it really?
Yes, I think
That
ours was the first like podcast that I really. No, I
Wait, so you had not listened to podcasts
no,
before
that's not true.
ours?
You're right.
Okay,
You're
okay.
right. I listened to this like there was this like Harry Potter podcast that I listened to.
What? I love Harry Potter.
I know. Yeah, it was what was it called? I forgot, but it was like the sacred text of Harry
Okay,
Potter or something like that. And then it just got a little too much and I was like,
sure. Okay,
okay.
yeah. The first one I listened to was called Missing Richard Simmons.
Oh yeah. Yes. I remember that one. That was
Yeah,
so good.
yeah. It was so long ago that I
It
listened
was
to it,
so
but
long ago.
really love that podcast. There's so many. There's really so many. Why don't I'm going to say this to our listeners, and I'm sure there's listeners who are listening saying, "I can't sleep because they're talking about podcasts I need to listen to." But if you have a podcast that you love other than ours, let us know about it. Put it on our social media. We'll check them out.
Yeah, that would be great. But, we're number one, of
We're number
course.
one. I mean, have you bumped into any fellow podcasters? Nidhi, have you ever bumped into someone where you're like, yeah, I'm a podcaster, and you talk podcasting with them?
I think that happens to you more than it happens to me.
Okay.
I think
Now I feel stupid for asking that question.
no, because you're you're like on panels and stuff. Of course people are going to talk to
It's
you about that.
It's so funny. So, as you know, I wrote a book, which I need to get a copy. I was going to ride my bike and bring it to you the other day. And then I realized I haven't ridden my bike in so long
Oh gosh,
that I
okay,
need to build myself up to riding to your
so
house,
true.
which
So
is not that,
true.
it's not
No,
that, you don't even live that far to me, but I'm like, I need to build up my
no,
bike
it's a
training to
thing.
get there. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's all uphill, I think, on your side.
It's
Oh no, it's
downhill
downhill. It's
to
downhill. It's
get to you,
uphill.
but then it's the uphill that
Uphill.
kills you,
Yeah.
right? So I'm like, I don't
Yeah.
know. Do I ride to Nitty's and then walk my bike home? That's not fun.
That's why it's easier for me to come to your place because it's like
Right.
I can ride up, but then at the end of the day, it's like all downhill.
You're also
Actually,
very,
go ahead.
no, I was gonna say you're very fit because you're a runner, right?
Oh my gosh, Marco, I have not been running.
Oh,
I have not been running. I feel like I need to start doing that again, but I've been biking a lot
oh, you have.
instead.
Okay.
Instead.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
When it comes to managing money, forget the hype and look at the results. Bill has $1 trillion of secure payments powering our bill pay tools. Instead of just moving money, Bill is powering the financial operations of nearly 500,000 customers. So stop the guesswork and start scaling with the proven choice. Ready to talk with an expert? Visit Bill.com/proven to get started. And grab a $250 gift card as a thank you. Terms and conditions apply. See offer page for details.
Yeah.
How was your garden this year? Do you know that I still have hot peppers from your garden last year?
Everybody has hot peppers from the garden last year because it took forever for me to finish it.
They're fantastic. Don't get me wrong. We still refer to them as Nidhi's peppers. I mean, it's like, do you want some hot sauce or do you want one of Nidhi's peppers? I'm like, I want Nidhi's peppers, but that's when you're like, some of them are hot, some of
Some of
them
them
it's really you're rolling
you
the
never
dice with
you
Nidhi's peppers.
never know what you're gonna get.
How was your garden this year?
It was good. We did too many zucchini plants, I think.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
so it kind of got overrun. But it was good. We did a couple of watermelon plants and actually got like 3 watermelons out of it.
That's great.
Yeah. It's funny because some things that normally grew in the last couple of years didn't grow this year, and other things that we thought were going to not grow grew. So who knows? We had raspberries and strawberries and a lot of salad, a lot of lettuce.
Uh-oh.
The lettuce
Well,
took off this year.
it's so funny because there's a lot of construction happening near your home, right?
I know.
So some of the plants are like, I can't deal with the noise. Sorry,
Yeah,
I just
yeah. They're like, we're
this year.
done. We're done.
Um, what was I gonna say? So we went to a farmer's market, Amanda and I, the other day. You know when you're driving near farms and they have little farm stand where you can
Yeah,
pull over,
yeah.
and this particular one had like it was kind of a honor system where they put different vegetables in different piles and with a price, and then you could deposit money into a lockbox,
Oh,
or you could um, e-transfer the money. So the things look beautiful. Like there's beautiful corn and there's beautiful zucchini and root vegetables, and there was a array of squash. So many different types of squash. And the problem is when you see beautiful squash,
yeah.
your eye really jumps to squash that you're not familiar with. So
Mm. Oh no.
we bought these huge, beautiful looking squashes. They were $5 each. And the problem was, it was like, do we get okay? So one of the squash is called sweet Georgia squash.
Mm.
Never heard of it.
Mm-hmm.
Very oblong. And they had some that were like the size of a small puppy, let's say. But we decided to go, yeah, like like a puppy that you would hold. I can't think of what do you measure squash in? Like what's the unit?
Not by puppies,
Okay,
but
like it's like something you could cradle in your hand. So they had,
okay.
but we decided to go no to the one that where two people have to lift it up.
Okay.
And it's like we're not familiar with the squash, and now we've got a giant squash.
What
And
are you
then
going to do with it?
I don't know. Right now it's in front of our house looking decorative because it's cold outside. So we're like, we'll leave it outside because squash needs cold.
Sure.
But we're gonna have to deal with it soon. And then we bought a blue Hubbard squash. It's the size of a, when they launch a satellite into space.
The Hubble telescope.
That's what it's like. I don't know. Maybe they're beautiful.
Oh, man.
I'll take a picture of them and send them
Please,
to you.
please.
Because if you want some squash, when I cut into it, I'll bring some squash over to
Oh
you.
my gosh, I would love some squash
Hopefully by then I'll have made up enough biking that I can get to your house.
with the major squash, with the big squash.
Oh man.
Oh man. Well, I mean, it's so nice to be talking to you again.
Oh, it's so great. We've certainly gone over our 26
We
minutes.
have. We've doubled it.
Yeah, what I'll do is I'll carve this up into two parts, but I'll put it on for our patrons as a whole episode, so that they'll get
Nice.
it. The patrons too ask about you, just so you know
Oh,
they're wanting to know how you're doing.
that's amazing. Well, I am good. I am fine. I am, moving through the world with everyone. We're
Love it.
all good.
Yep, we're
And
all thinking of you, both Nidhi and our listeners. So listen, thank you for being a part of this episode. People are going to be thrilled when they hear it.
this has been so much fun. This is such a great way to start the week because we're on a Monday. So
Listen,
we'll
Nidhi,
be recording by on a Monday.
we promised to bring more boring prime minister episodes.
Yes, can we do one?
Can we? And I don't know. I do. Okay, so I love any episode I do with you. I love how the bougie episode became such a fan favorite. I think we need a part two. So we'll
Oh
have to
my
do
god. Okay, I can do it.
a
I
Nidhi.
can do it.
And,
I can do it, and I'll dress up for it because it's
well,
on video.
yeah.
So
So what we'll do is we'll do a
I'll just
bougie
wear the
episode.
robe.
We'll have a video of it, and then we'll put that up for people to listen to.
Perfect.
Nidhi, anytime, and the more we can get you on the podcast, the happier our listeners and I will be. So you just say the word, and we'll
Marco,
do more.
love you so much and love the show and love being here. So it'll
Uh,
happen more and more.
Amazing, Nidhi. We love you too, and thank you. And my love for you goes way beyond the podcast and more because you're just one of my closest and dearest friends. Is all I can say.
Same here, my friend.
Well, thank you for listening to the podcast. Do you want to end it for us, Nidhi?
Oh my gosh. Shall
However you
I?
want. Yeah, please.
You've been listening to the Insomnia Project, recorded here in Toronto, Canada, and we hope that you listen and sleep.